For Lecture 7, we're going to discuss the second part of all sprint races, and that is maximum velocity. Before we get into this, I want to give you the scientific definitions of the two words maximum and velocity. Maximum pretty much means the greatest or highest amount possible. Velocity means the speed of an object traveled over time. So if you put these two words together, maximum velocity, in the track terms, what you're going to get is that point in the race where your athletes are running as fast as they possibly can. Maximum velocity is the second phase of all sprint races. Depending on the strength of your athlete, maximum velocity is going to take place from anywhere between 25 to 35 meters. And as far as duration of time, maximum velocity will only last in all athletes between 3 and 4 seconds. First, I'm going to discuss the arms and how they move during the maximum velocity phase of sprint races. I'm going to continue to refer back to the components of sprinting and getting that full range of motion in your arms. So it is even more important to make sure that your athletes are getting full range of motion in their arms during maximum velocity. The arms will always dictate what the legs do. So the more the arms are getting full range of motion, it allows the knee to come higher. The more you drive those elbows back, the harder it will allow the foot to strike the ground, which will propel you forward and make you run faster in your maximum velocity stage. Using the cue cheek to cheek is very important during this stage because it's going to allow your athlete to make sure they're getting their full range of motion in their arms, which is going to allow them to put more force into the track. Now on to the head during maximum velocity. And once you get to the point where you're at maximum velocity, your head's definitely going to be at sea level. Your head's going to be in a straight line with the rest of your body, and when your head is in a straight line, typically it would allow your shoulders to remain relaxed while you're running. Notice that the head remains sea level the entire time. Next, I'm going to get into the body, or the posture of the body, while your athletes are running at the maximum velocity phase. At this point in the race, your athlete's body should be fully erected, their hips should be slightly forward, and their body, if it was an angle, it would be about 90 degrees. And finally, I'm going to get into the leg and foot during the maximum velocity phase. Now first the legs. Now with the steps in maximum velocity, the heel recovery is a little higher, it's a little longer, because now your athletes are stepping over their knee as opposed to their shin as they were in acceleration. The cue that I like to use here is cycling, because I want my athlete to step over their knee and then get their foot back under their hips by cycling the foot like they were riding a bike. As for the foot or the toe, it should be dorsiflex for several reasons. One, it's going to prevent your athlete from overstriding. Two, it's going to allow your athlete to bring that foot in the cycling motion and strike that ground underneath their hips, which is going to propel them forward. In my final lecture, I'm going to discuss two of the main drills that I use in order to teach my kids and drill my kids in running maximum velocity. Stay tuned.